Hey everybody, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. That's me
Was
looking.
that a question?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday?
Anything you put on the teleprompter, I will read.
Happy Friday? All right, anyway.
There's no teleprompter.
Okay. If you're joining us, please let us know where you're from and what you're up to this weekend.
And if you know Little Gangster Earn.
Shout out Little Gangsta Earn. Oh, shout out Light Iced Coffee, Grown Up Gaming.
Yes.
Okay. And Art, maybe someday he'll show up on this feed.
Drum Adrian might be here as well.
Okay. All right, well, tonight we're going to dive into some topics such as why hundreds of goats were seen at Lake Miramar this week.
Why?
Were you at Lake? You were at the lake, right?
I was. I
Did you
didn't see any goats, no.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's do Market Minute.
Yes, the Market Minute.
You ready to talk about the market for exactly 1 minute?
I am, and only because I've had a little bit of rest this afternoon. I was not feeling well earlier today.
Well,
But we'll get into that later.
Yes, we'll talk about that later. Okay, go.
Okay, so this week in San Diego real estate, the number of homes for sale declined only slightly because of a drop in new listings and relative evenness of pending sales. Pending sales still a little below baseline for the year, but decent, I guess. And then interest rates were up again.
WTF.
WTF. I think this is the third or fourth week in a row they've ticked up a bit. And, I said, anyway, this is not great. Yikes! This is not great news for buyers. And it's frankly not that great news for sellers either, because with all the extra homes on the market, we need rates to go down to soak up that inventory and for people to get on with their lives. And that's pretty much what's happening in San Diego real estate this week. And I'm not sure what this is, but we'll what's this?
I had this thing on my desk and it popped open unexpectedly.
Really?
It's a fan. I was planning to do something else with it, and I
it just wow.
Sorry about that.
That was funny right there.
Okay, I was impressed that you continued your news report, even though I was making a distraction.
I am a professional infotainment broadcaster.
That is true. All right. Okay. Let's pull it back together here. No, I'm that's a note for myself. You're fine.
I didn't talk about median price, but we did last week.
Okay.
So that's
yeah. All right. I gotta take a minute to pull it back together here. I'm
Pulling
gonna turn
it
this
back
off.
together.
Yes. Now, why is my timer still on? Okay, let's turn that timer off. Okay. So let's go hyper local with some backyard news.
Oh yeah.
So you all have been here, any of you who have been here for a while know about the Lennar development in Carmel Mountain. Eric is the community council chairman, and there's been all kinds of drama and twists and turns with Lennar Homes. And they are basically using the area over our back fence now as dirt storage, right?
Dirt and foundation spoils storage.
Do you want to give a little bit more backstory on what this video is?
Well, first of all, foundation spoils are, little bits of concrete and concrete dust. So the dust that's kicked up from that is not exactly regular dust that you just get from, say, soil. But background on this is that, it used to be a golf fairway and eventually will be a public park. In the meantime, Lennar is using this as dirt storage. And whenever a construction project is ongoing, the constructor is required to have a dust management plan, which apparently Lennar does have and the city must have approved. However, nobody seems to be enforcing it because there is zero dust management going on. We'll get to the dust management that we saw. So anyway, you've been going back and forth with the Lennar Homes rep saying, hey, you all aren't mitigating the dust. And they're like, yes, we are mitigating the dust. Yes. So we decided to start recording everything they do.
Right. So we started live streaming from our backyard.
Yes.
And right now it's an unlisted link. I might drop it in the chat later so y'all can see it.
I think maybe we should just make it just put it out
Okay,
there.
just make it public.
I think,
All
why
right,
not?
okay.
Why not?
We were trying to keep it classy and not, put them on blast to everyone, but maybe we'll just
But they've
make
done
it public.
nothing to help,
Okay.
so why not just put them on blast? I mean, it's freaking ridiculous.
So yesterday we had over 6 hours of live streaming with dump trucks and bulldozers and lots of dust, zero dust mitigation. And then today we had around 7 hours. I'm just going to start playing this. We started streaming in the morning. You can see my dragon fruits there. I'm going to, do you want to hear the noise, or you've heard it?
I don't need to hear any more of the noise.
I'm gonna let the people at home hear that. I'm gonna turn it on for the people at home. I just have to
Yeah.
hear. Sorry, it was a little shaky when I first got it going. Let's skip ahead to the first dump truck that shows up.
Oh yes, here they come.
Yeah, here comes the dump truck.
Also, we are the closest home to all of this dumping. Just as a coincidence, I'm the guy that's giving them all kinds of grief, and they just so happen to be dumping all this dirt right behind our house.
So each of these piles is a dump truck load, and they're going to make a lot of them today. They made all these piles yesterday. They smoothed them out.
and
Now look
so
at this
the
dust mitigation.
Yes, the dust. And of course, if you're running your AC or any kind of house fan, it's going to suck that right into your house. And if you don't suck it into your house, it's going to get all over your house and your cars and inside your lungs and nasal passages. I've had just the worst headache for the past 2 days. It's just ridiculous. And I'm not a guy who's ever had headaches his whole life. I'm not like a headache guy. But
If you are a headache guy, that's all right. We sympathize.
Yeah,
but
I can empathize
this was
with
a
you
change
if
that
you-
happened.
right.
Okay, so this goes on and on. Lots of dump trucks. Let's skip ahead to when the bulldozer shows up.
You have the
Oh
water.
yeah, this water truck was sitting all day long here, and I came over to
That's been sitting there for like 2 weeks.
You can see this whole dustscape with all these many piles of dirt and dust. So let's skip ahead to the bulldozer. It comes around 3:57.
After they dump a bunch of dirt, then they send the bulldozer in.
Right. Okay. Here comes the bulldozer. The bulldozer is dusty and loud too. And
They both need to mitigate the dust, and they need to put some grease on this bulldozer.
yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about bulldozer maintenance, but I don't know if it's supposed to be this squeaky.
It really shouldn't be. I mean, there is grease that you can grease up the works with.
So we're like 4 hours into this dust project, and there's been absolutely no dust mitigation at all.
Not one spray of water, not one drop of water. And the city of San Diego has approved their dust management plan.
They'll approve anything these guys want to do, it seems like.
Yes.
Okay, so this goes on and on. Now, a water truck does show up. Let's see, 4:49, so almost 5 hours into this stream, a water truck shows up.
This is after me talking to the city council person's office, the mayor's office, development services, and the San Diego Air Resources Board. They do this.
Okay.
This is Lennar's response to all of my complaining.
Here, it's going to be over here.
Yeah.
In just a second, I think. Unless I... Here it comes,
Here it
yeah.
comes, yes.
Here
Oh,
comes,
there it
here
goes.
comes, okay, that's the water truck.
Little squirt there.
And this
little
was the
squirt
only
there.
time we saw it.
Yeah, this was the one truck that they sent today. One truck. Notice they're not spraying where they're dozing. They're
Right. They never sprayed like the main area, like behind our house where most of the dust was being created. And that was it. That was all we saw of them today. That was all we've seen in 2 days of live streaming.
And if you notice, the water truck is kicking up more dust.
And there's a school right up the hill there. That green stuff there, there's
Yeah.
a school there less than a quarter of a mile away.
Yes,
So all this
yes.
is, wafting up to the school.
And I've done a lot of research here. This is a violation of local, state, and federal laws.
Okay, so let's skip ahead. We're going to skip ahead about 9 minutes after this
So
alleged
not only
dust.
are Lennar criminals, but they're also liars.
Okay, so
Sorry.
let's skip ahead.
They're lying.
Let's skip ahead. So this is 9 minutes after the water truck.
And we've got you dead to rights because we've been streaming this for 2 days now.
We'll do it all day, every
no,
day.
No edits.
Yeah, no, it's continuous.
You can't say we're cherry picking footage. This is
It's continuous.
It's a continuous stream.
So let's see how
Liars.
effective the dust mitigation was.
Yes. Oh, they sprayed the water, so let's
Yeah.
see how it goes. Yeah, after the.
Is this the right spot? I'm waiting for the bulldozer to come back. I thought, oh yeah, here it comes. Okay, so you'll see in just a second. It's like up there on the hill where the water truck just was.
Where the big plume of dust is.
Well, this is not. Yeah, this is nothing yet. You'll see some dust.
It's going to
in it.
emerge from the back of the umbrella here in a second.
Come on, dust.
Here it comes. And you can see the wind is blowing like right at us. That's the other problem, is the wind has been out of the east for the last few days, so we've just been getting blasted. Yes.
So yeah, here's the effective dust mitigation,
Right,
and this just goes on and on.
That's like 4 minutes after they sprayed.
Yeah, well, it was 9 minutes, but even so.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's like in my sinuses and my ears and my head.
Yeah, I always feel dusty. All right.
That's the problem that comes from like being in pretty good shape. My heart is pumping, my lungs are working. I've been doing a lot of running lately, a lot of weightlifting, so I'm really oxygenated, and my body is pulling in lots of air.
Well, maybe we should take up smoking, so we might not notice as much.
Come on in, everybody.
Anyway, I think we've probably
come and see the dust.
skipping around here. We've probably covered this.
I mean,
there's we'll drop this. Let's see.
And I'm gonna add one more thing to this by saying that we're the fortunate ones. We are the fortunate ones because they're not putting 3-story buildings right behind our house. We're not going from having a little view out the back to staring into somebody's kitchen window. We're eventually going to get a park back here, which is better than housing as far as, what's over your back fence. But it doesn't excuse them from their responsibility. Oh, here we go. This is lovely. And people are asking, like the air resources people today told me, well, in order for us to make a report, the dust would have to be crossing property lines. And I'm like, yeah, they've got a bulldozer like 7 feet from my back fence. I'd say it's, the dust is coming over. Anyway.
All right. Well, I just dropped this link to the live stream in the chat, but I'll just make it public so everybody can see it. All right. I think.
Trying not to whine.
Yeah, people are probably tired of hearing us. Oh, what do you have there?
I gotta check that, but.
All right. Is this one of the times I have to hold down I have to.
Just for a minute.
All right.
There's the Joe Walsh song that says, "I can't complain, but sometimes I still do."
That's true. Well, even though you're getting up, you are still mic'd, so you can. What are you working on in there?
I'm baking the tofu cubes for the stir fry.
Ah, okay. We're having one of your famous stir fries.
Yep.
And what else are you putting in it?
Well, that's it for right now.
Just tofu?
Well, it's going to have broccoli, it's going to have carrots, it's going to have green onions.
All right. Well, when you get back, we're going to talk about these goats that are at Lake Miramar. Do you have any guesses as to why there might be goats at Lake Miramar?
There's a goat farmer that wants to exercise his goats.
No, it's for weed abatement.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, see, again, with Lennar, we got a huge problem with weed abatement. Their idea about weed abatement is we're just going to trim the weeds that might catch on fire near somebody's house. But there's lots of other places where, boy, the place would just look a lot better if you brought in some goats.
Yeah, goats. That would be, people could, well, I don't know if they want people petting the goats, but I think that would kind of boost morale in the community too.
They could go a long way if they had a little petting zoo for the kids.
Yes.
Even I would soften up on them.
Okay. Maybe they would give us some ice cream or some cotton candy.
A little ice cream sandwich, yeah.
All right. Anyway, you know that big slope right below the dam, Lake Miramar?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so it's full of weeds, and they need to get rid of the weeds because of fire risks, and also they need to be able to observe the area and make sure that everything's cool with the dam. So it sounds more cost effective and green to bring in goats. So do you want to hear this?
Sure.
Okay, let's.
And I'm out at Miramar often.
Yeah, Lake Miramar is a good place to go running. All right,
It's the best place to go running. If you want a 5-mile run, that's the place to go do it.
Here we go.
100 goats are clearing brush near Lake Miramar this week. NBC7's Joe Little explains
Why?
how the goats are helping the city's water supply
Thank
in the
you.
wintertime.
Those goats are fast, too.
17 years ago today, I was standing on a hill in Alpine and I looked north and watched the Witch Creek fire begin. No San Diegan wants to experience
Those goats aren't going to let that
again,
happen on their
which is
watch.
why
No.
Most of us are happy the goats
We're
are on
preventing
our side.
fire.
Aw.
On the side of this hill, walking around.
They look like they're having a good time, too.
doing
Oh,
goat
they do.
things right along the path where Candy
like
and
goats.
Suzanne walk
who wouldn't
around
like
Lake
goats?
Miramar.
I wondered what this fencing was all about.
I mean, who
Is it for
doesn't
the
wanna see
goats?
this?
Apparently, because it's not always there.
Okay.
Tim Breedenstein is a reservoir maintenance supervisor.
That's like the
for
end of
city
your
San
5-mile
Diego.
run there when
The
you're
city
crossing your
was finally
the
taking
dam there.
advantage
You're
of the
like
goats'
half a
instinctual
mile from the
ability
end.
to
Yeah.
prevent wildfires by eating everything that could feed a fire.
All right,
It's always
well,
kind of been on the radar.
do we want to watch this whole
If
thing
you
or just...
utilize
I think we
the
got
I
the
think we're
idea.
good. Yeah, goats at Lake Miramar.
It's a
If anybody
big
ever
one.
wants
You know,
to
it's better
run
than
around Lake Miramar with me,
weed
just
whackers
drop it in
running
and
for
we can meet out there.
14 days straight.
We'll go around. I'll show you the
Even
ropes.
with their
Sounds
dog
good.
guards, the
Oh, they
goats
have,
are also
guard dogs,
slightly
too, for the
cheaper,
goats.
while
Wow.
allowing their
Nice.
human counterparts to focus
All
on
right,
other areas of
let's
the
go
city.
back to
is
talking
not-
about real estate for a minute.
Oh yes. Oh, we want our earpieces for this.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So we have a new most expensive home ever listed in San Diego.
yes.
This house in La Jolla. It's called the Sand Castle, and it is it's owned by some tech dude named I can't read my writing. Oh, Darwin Deason. Okay, he like sold his tech company to Xerox and made $6 billion or something like that. Anyway, he's selling this house. It's 13,000 square feet. It's got like
Wow.
a guest house and some other stuff. It's got a seawall and a beach access.
Unfortunately, it's not going to be there more than 50 years. That cliff is going to.
Yeah.
I bet you it's got some deep pilings, though.
So they made a the listing agents have this website for it.
Who is it?
I
Agent?
don't know.
Okay.
I could go back. And
It's all right.
Okay,
It's fine.
it's from some people from Brett
Compass,
Dickinson and Ross Clark of Compass.
Yeah. It's a compass listing.
They're not in our office. But
No. Yeah, they sit in the office right next to me. 108 million, whatever.
Oh, look at that bar! Oh my gosh!
I'll tell you what. If I could find the buyer for this house, you'd never see me again.
Well, we might still do this.
No, we'd
how
still
come
do
I
this
can't?
program, but
This seems to be automatically shuffling the
yeah.
photos.
I mean, we're pretty good at marketing homes. I mean, we could do this.
They don't have a video though. Like
$108
$108 million and no video.
Yikes. That's gaudy.
I guess it's not to everyone's taste. I mean, I don't know how you decorate a $108 million house, but
Also, they're never going to get $108 million
that's
for this
true.
place.
Yeah, you can ask 108. That doesn't mean you're going to get it.
They're not going to get a penny over 87.
It does look nice though. I mean,
Oh, sure.
for some people it might be a bit gaudy, but you know,
Well, it doesn't. I mean, that's like one of the best ocean views on the planet
Yeah.
there. So
okay, we've got a main house, a guest residence, and some grounds. Let's look at the grounds.
it's beautiful. It is a beautiful
Very
home.
green, yes.
It's
No
it's-
goats.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh, a tea garden.
I'm one of these people that believes maybe an individual shouldn't have a house this big, but that's
Why
just
can't I can't click on the?
yeah. That's good.
I don't know, guys.
I don't know.
If I were selling a $108 million house, you'd be able to click on the. I want to be able to click on Boat Bar and
No
see more of
kidding.
Boat
Have it
Bar, but
blow
it's not
up,
there.
yeah.
All right. Anyway, if you want to
Dickinson
buy
and
this
Clark
house,
team.
let us know. We will show it to you, and we will, we'll buy you. What'll we buy you if you
If you buy
purchase
this house,
Yeah.
I'll buy you a freaking ski boat or something.
ski boat, okay.
Whatever.
If you purchase this house from us, we'll throw
Free
in
ski
a
boat.
free ski boat.
One of those really fast ones that
Hmm.
you can drive on Mission Bay that like makes all the noise. You know,
Oh yeah, okay.
goes like 100 miles an hour.
All right. Well, a North County city is on a new list of the kindest places in America.
Ooh.
So this company called LoveLink, they sell friendship lamps, and I had never heard of that before.
Love
to that.
Link, baby love Link.
All right.
Okay.
So they made a list of the kindest places in America. And they did this by surveying 3,000 travelers. All right. So
That's
I'm not
more
gonna,
people than a presidential poll surveys. Sorry.
Okay. So Savannah, Georgia, number 1, never been there. And I'm just gonna kind of
That's
quickly.
where Forrest Gump goes to meet back up with Jenny.
Savannah, Georgia?
Yeah, he's sitting on the bench there talking to the old
yeah,
lady. That's
okay.
Savannah, Georgia.
So I'm just gonna kind of scroll through here. I'm
I
not
brought
gonna
you
talk.
some chocolates.
Yes.
I ate some.
All right. Oh, here's the actual. Okay, so that was the top 10. Scottsdale, Arizona, number 10. All right.
Okay.
Going on and on down to number 39, Oceanside, California.
The 39th most friendly
39th
place
most
in
friendly
America.
place. Oh, Irvine is third. I don't know about this poll, guys. I mean, so they surveyed 3,000 people, and enough people said Irvine to make it number 38. They don't really go into their methods very much.
Irvine's
but
pretty
this seems-
nice.
It just seems odd that it's like, I mean,
Well, are all these above it more friendly?
Yeah.
So let's go to the top. Let's see what we got.
you
here.
wanna go back to-
No, the list.
but that starts at number 11.
Oh, so what's one?
Why
isn't it in order? Oh,
It is
okay.
in order.
Oh,
They
okay.
they have a whole card for each of the top 10.
okay.
So
So
Savannah,
Savannah's
Georgia
number
is the
one.
top 10. All right, that's
Jackson,
number
Mississippi.
1. Right, okay.
Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Okay. And again, like that's number 3. I've never been there. It sounds like a friendly place, but you ask 3,000 people what's the friendliest place, and enough people have even heard of this place to make it number 3.
I guess so.
I don't know. All right. Okay.
Point St. Louis, Richmond, Madison,
Okay.
Coral Springs, Charleston, Norfolk.
All right. And then we get down here to number 39, Oceanside.
North Las Vegas is more friendly than Oceanside.
I don't know about that. I've been to North Las Vegas.
Ew,
And that's
it's not
where
very
you go
friendly.
when you're
Ew.
out of ideas and out of luck. You
And it's like
burn
4
the locals and
4 o'clock in the morning, and you're looking for trouble.
yeah. Okay.
Yikes.
All right. Back to San Diego here, the city proper. A man was arrested. Never mind. Sorry. I wanted to talk about Love Link, the friendship lamp. No thanks. I don't need 20% off. So what is this thing?
I don't know.
Okay, so let's shop for a lamp. What is this lamp? So a friendship lamp.
$200.
Yeah. So you tap, so it comes with an app, and you hook the app up to the lamps. You tap one friendship lamp, and all the connected lamps light up the same color, no matter where they are.
I see.
So if you have a friend in, where was this place?
Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
If you have a friend in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and
That's
you're in
what I just said,
Oceanside, yeah, I was just making sure.
Okay.
You could tap your love lamp, your friendship lamp, and it would turn whatever color, purple,
Love
and
lamp,
there.
baby love lamp. Tapping and a tapping. Sorry, go ahead.
And their lamp would also light up the same color. Now, 2 of these lamps go for $198. I'm not sure why it has to cost. That seems like a lot, doesn't it?
Now, I bet if we shopped on Amazon right now for something like this, we could probably get it for about $40.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds cool, but that's a lot for a lamp.
Yeah.
It has all 5-star reviews, though,
I saw something
which is on their website.
I saw something on Facebook today that I thought was pretty cool, so I clicked on it. They wanted like, I don't know, $50 or something, and then I decided to look on Amazon, and it was like $14.99. Anyway,
All right, well, maybe we'll check back next week to see if we
Yes.
can find a knockoff love lamp.
if anybody's looking for gift ideas for us for the holidays, love lamp. You can have
You
one. We
keep
can
one
have
and
one.
we'll have the other
We'll
one.
tap our lamps and, you know.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Hey, y'all, let's go teal.
Okay. Now, you know how Mark Zuckerberg's fancy mega yacht is in San Diego Bay?
Yes, and I've already gone off on Lennar, so I'm going to leave Mark Zuckerberg
Yeah, we'll
alone.
leave Zuckerberg alone tonight. I'm sure he's relieved to hear that.
Yes.
So some dude got arrested for breaking onto the boat.
I heard about this.
Yeah, these people, I don't even think they're talking about this. Never mind. We don't want drug overdoses in schools, but that's not what we're talking about here tonight, folks. So most of the news didn't say very much about it. Man was arrested for trespassing, suspected for being under the influence of a controlled substance. No other details were released. Investigation ongoing.
So some dude who was high got on a boat. That's the story.
So if you go now, San Diegoville is a local news outlet, and it is somewhat controversial, and they have much more information about this. Whether it's credible or not, that remains to be seen, and we're going to talk more about San Diegoville later. But they have more, and they have to put a picture of Mark Zuckerberg on it too.
Yes.
He looks so happy holding his little microphone.
Well, why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, okay, a $300 million super yacht. Okay, so he's got this. So San Diegoville has a bunch more detail about the yacht, yada yada. Okay, let's get, where's the story? Why can't I find the story? It was, sorry folks. Did I miss it? A Florida man was arrested for attempting to break onto the yacht. Yeah, he was from Florida.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like when I read this earlier, there were a lot more details about the dude, but for some reason I can't find it now.
Well,
Sometimes this
it was
happens
a
when you
Florida
go.
man.
Yeah, it was a guy from Florida, broke onto the yacht. Oh, an intruder who allegedly trespassed onto the yacht and was throwing off expensive scuba equipment. The assailant was ultimately apprehended at gunpoint.
I will bet you he was wearing either a John Deere or a Massey Ferguson hat.
Massey Ferguson?
Farm equipment manufacturing.
Okay, all right. What about Caterpillar?
Could have been Caterpillar.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, the harbor police gave this statement. Christopher Jarrett, I don't know, trespassing, throwing various items into the water. Sex offender out of compliance from the state of Florida. Anyway, it sounds like it's good they got this guy. But
Yes.
he was on this yacht throwing things overboard and causing a scene. Oh, the controlled substance, according to the harbor police, was methamphetamine.
Aha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Folks, don't do methamphetamine.
Don't do that.
Right,
Yeah.
don't try that. It's not a good idea.
Smoke weed if you're going to do anything.
Well, you could or maybe not.
Or just
but,
not.
Yeah,
whatever.
but certainly not methamphetamine.
No,
do
no,
not
no,
do
no,
that. All right, so let's get to this San Diegoville controversy. So I like San Diegoville because they cover a lot of topics that you don't hear in other places, and they often have details that you don't get other places.
Can I use those tissues real quick?
Well, I wiped. Well, yeah, it's
have
partially used
the dust.
tissue. Okay,
We've been married 26 years. We can,
I think it's 28.
26.
Are you
We've
sure?
been together 20.
Oh, okay. Well, after a while, it all sorts to, All right.
We've known each other 28
That's
years.
true. Okay. So San Diegoville, very detailed, exclusive stories. Are they credible?
Not always,
Not
apparently.
always. So there was a whole thing where they reported that this restaurant, Cuatro Milpas,
Yes.
a popular Mexican restaurant in Barrio Logan, been around for 91 years. They reported that it was closing down. The building had been sold and it was closing. And
Not true.
this was supposedly an exclusive tip that they got from some employees. Well, it turns out that
Somebody who was probably smoking meth.
oh my.
Yeah, look, it's Brian Mainshaw.
I want to watch
Hey.
this. Sorry, folks. This was not planned, but this is an ad. It doesn't. Oh, no, what?
Is it an
What
anti?
are we doing here?
It's not an
It
anti.
doesn't. He doesn't look very good. A 4% rating.
Oh,
Oh, so bad.
no. Brian's awesome.
We love Brian.
Now, see, I will not talk about politics on this show, but when you're voting for city attorney, you got to vote for this guy.
Right, and it's funny when you see anti-Brian, because we've known Brian for 20
He's like the
plus
nicest
years.
guy in the world.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy, but when you see like anti-Brian propaganda, they make him look so bad and evil. I don't know how they get these pictures.
And yes, he was a Republican. Now he's a Democrat. I mean, whatever.
You look back at the history, and I remember you talking. Well, I don't want to get into politics too much, but we were at a Chamber of Commerce Christmas party with Lance Whitmont, who is Brian's chief of staff, and well, I don't want to get into that. But you had suggested to Brian that he might want to, reassess his team.
Yes.
And then he did. But anyway,
I think I wasn't the only one.
I don't think that was solely on your suggestion. but-
Also, in Assembly District at the time, 77, he wasn't going to win as a Republican ever again. So anyway.
All right, so the Estudillo family who owned this restaurant say, no, they're not closing down. And they did not have an Instagram before. They had to start an Instagram just to squash this rumor.
Wow.
So this is the very first post on their Instagram, San Diegoville. This is false. So apparently, according to them, it was just a nasty rumor, not true. San Diegoville still maintains that the rumor is substantiated.
I
and
heard it
it's
from
in-
someone. It was out there. I heard it. People are saying.
Sorry.
A lot of people are saying.
A lot of people said this.
So there's a whole controversy about this now. And I was on Reddit, and there's two San Diego subs. There's r/San Diegan and /San Diego. And everybody was upset with San Diegoville, and they were banned from one of the subs, and the other sub was talking about banning them. So
Well, the thing about this story in particular is San Diegoville is, we get a lot of information from them, restaurant stuff, and they're pretty good at it generally, we thought. But this in particular, because Las Cuatro Milpas is like, I would say, probably the most iconic San Diego Mexican eatery. I mean, it's been there 91 years and has an extremely fiercely loyal following that's got a line around the block every day just to eat there. And when you put out a story that says they're closing, yikes.
Yeah,
If
people
it's-
were alarmed.
People were upset that it was closing, and then they were even more upset that it was reported to be closing and not closing. So definitely some credibility damaged on San Diegoville's part there. I'm sure they thought they knew they had a story, but apparently they did not. And this is, the internet age, the lack of an editorial department or person or whatever, it's
we'll see.
yeah,
We'll see what happens with this place. Maybe, maybe it is true, but it seems like
maybe it is, but they're
saying it's not.
They say it's not, and whatever. I mean, 91 years is a damn good run, even
Yeah.
if you are closing, but they say they aren't. So
All right. Well, did you know there's a new arena in Oceanside?
I heard about this.
I didn't. I mean, I try and keep up on things that are happening in San Diego, but I did not know that we had a new arena. And then in the 39th friendliest city in the United States as well. The Front Wave Arena has just opened. New multi-purpose sports and entertainment venue. Exciting lineup of concerts scheduled this fall. So let's check it out. Let's see, what do we have here? We have Monsters of Hip Hop. Little Rob, Too Short.
Hip hop, and you don't stop.
Looks like we've got some soccer, freestyle explosion. Ooh, Lisa, Stevie B.
Okay.
All right, and some other sports and music and stuff. So anyway, a new place to see and do things in San Diego.
Right on.
All right, now this
Right
next
on.
this next clip is one that you sent to me. Do you want to intro this clip? And we should probably put our headphones
now
back
so
into
this is
too.
one, and I really love the CBS 8 throwback videos, and I'm surprised the other news stations don't do this because it's really cool. This is from 1974, and the report is about the exploding cost of San Diego real estate, how it's unaffordable for lots of people, and there's even a little extra bit to this story. It's only 1 minute and 19 seconds, but it's going to feel like 8 minutes when you watch it because it's not produced with today's glitz and glamour. But there's an extra bit to this, and it's about how there's like so few home sales that it's going to hurt realtors because there's so many realtors in San Diego County. It's almost as if they're talking about 2024 and not 1974.
All right, shall we roll it?
Yes.
There are over 14,000 real estate salespersons in the county and almost
like they're using an
6,000 real
AI
estate
voice.
broker agencies.
Well, this
A
is
lot
from
of people that own
1974.
homes
All right. What happened? Oh no. They're going to make us watch an ad.
Skip.
and were thinking of selling have had second thoughts.
Sellers have had second thoughts.
Didn't have enough room, and we were sort of looking for something else.
We
I like
wanted
their
to
microphone.
move.
Checked a couple
With the big
places,
8
and the
on it.
prices were
Those are
just
cool
too much.
glasses.
We
too.
wanted to move,
so
but we couldn't
decided
afford to
the
move.
easiest way to do it was stay at home.
Yeah, we just
We
decided to stay
found
put.
one place that we thought would be about big enough, and it was $70,000.
Oh my God, it was
$70,000.
$70,000.
Crazy.
This
Well,
guy.
locally,
his
due to
tie.
the interest rates and the building being cut down the way that it is, people are only moving if they're motivated by having to transfer to other jobs or something of that nature.
What has that done to real estate agents? A lot of them, since the business can't sustain as many people as it presently has.
Well, many of them are not really making a living, and they're having to take part-time jobs in order to
You should
survive.
look into that.
The county has had a sharp rise in building permits for house improvements. Some small contracting businesses have waiting lists, sometimes as long as a month. Another sign
A
of
month?
a changing
A month?
Oh my gosh. That sounds
Reporting
pretty
for
fast.
TV8 Action News.
Action
Roberto Salinas.
News. All right.
All right.
Okay.
So I mean, it's just amazing because you could tell the exact same story today. You know, high
Yeah, same
interest
thing.
rates and high prices are keeping sellers stuck in homes, which is keeping inventory low.
Less sales.
Less sales, harder to make a living as a real estate salesperson, as they call it. It's, you know, it's a story as old as time.
Yes, a story as old as time. Now let's go to Bangladesh,
Meanwhile, in Bangladesh,
where a woman has set a Guinness World Record for the most grains of rice eaten one at a time in 1 minute.
wow.
Yeah, so she ate 37 pieces of rice one at a time with chopsticks. Let's
I
see.
think I could beat that.
Yeah, well, okay. Let's see how it looks. Here she goes.
How can we prove that she's eating them one at a time?
Well, there's a video, I guess.
I know, but I can't see the grains of rice.
Well,
do
I'm
I know
sure
there's not-
there's people from Guinness there who are watching to make
I
sure
guess. Looks like she got a couple in that one.
she didn't look very happy about
Oh,
it.
now she is. Now she is.
Okay.
All right.
All right. That's all.
Don't put anyone in that book.
Okay. That's
That's
all.
it?
That's it. That's all we have.
Next week, I will be eating individual grains of rice with chopsticks, and you will time me for 1 minute.
What about individual pasta noodles? That seems harder.
Yeah, but that's, I mean,
Does it have to be a certain kind of rice? Like, could it be jasmine or basmati? Or it seems like it would depend on, like, sticky rice. That
that's
would be
going
hard.
to be hard. Yeah, you need the rice, you need the grains to separate easily so you can pick them up. And
Right.
But I'm pretty sure I could do more than 37 in 60 seconds. Ah! See, that time it startled me. The time before, I was just like, whatever. Okay, I mean,
All right.
thank you for watching our long show. We've said it all. There's lots of
That's all there was to say.
We imparted a lot of information to you. Some of it could have been relevant to your life. A lot of it probably not.
We hope some of it was interesting or entertaining.
We
or
understand that some
useful.
of it is quite self-indulgent, but also, I know there are some of you who are sitting around on a Friday or Saturday night going, there is nothing to watch on television, so let's see what the hell Eric and Deva had to say this week.
It's this or reruns of The Price is Right.
Right, or you could watch that Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone, which is a pretty good show, but not very realistic, and they steal a lot from The Godfather.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right. Let's move on.
alrighty,
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
see you later. I'm gonna go stir fry.
All right.